So far, how many games have we played all the way through?
Need no
Your
protection
team is
from the
banned.
rain.
We'll find out about that
I
in
don't
the
have a
future.
I don't have a calculation for that.
Damn.
We played 20 games.
Who said there are no
So this
shortcuts
game
in
is
life?
11 minutes
I literally
or 9
invented
seconds.
one.
Longest game is
27.
25 minutes.
25.
Which we
okay.
just saw today.
Oh.
The one between RSG Singapore and Kingdom Esports.
Ah, right. The standoff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, seems like we're going to go into game number 2 once again. If you notice, Powerful doesn't have a book. It's a bunch of A4 paper.
Oh
He's
my
upgraded.
Yeah, this really reminds me of who was that again?
Butterflies born by
Your
thy
team
wish,
is banned.
Brings in a
guarded
stack
by
of
lantern's
paper
light.
into the stage, and then the opponent is just like, look at that guy. He has a bunch of paper.
when did this happen?
That's not in MLBB esports though. But that was damn hilarious. It was.
You know, I
It
like.
was a continuation of like a joke in. I wouldn't even say it's a
fun is all
continuation
that
of a joke.
matters.
It's just a continuation of what they bring onto the
Uh-huh.
onto the player's booth, right?
Yeah.
Day one or like one of the series brought in a couple of paper or like a folder. It's a folder, right?
Uh-huh.
And then in the grand finals came in literally a stack of papers.
You know what? The intrusive mind of mine is telling me that I want to see people like on stage just literally just fumble the paper and it just spreads all across like snowflakes.
Oh my goodness, that is just a pain to clean up. If that happens, you're cleaning up.
Actually, it did happen to me before. I was an MC back in high school.
Oh. That is a very awkward position to be in.
Yeah.
Like you
call
can't
me a
possibly just
hero
stand there and just look at them picking up their paper. You gotta help them.
No, I literally. So what I did is I finished my line, and as blackout, you see me like bowing like on the floor on my
Oh
knees,
God.
scrambling to
Sweep away
keep all the
all
scripts
evil.
together. Good times. But anyways, Lancelot picked up for the side of Absolute Zero, bans away the 1-1 in response to Ven. Hope to see other gold laners coming off from ban. I want to see Mage Bane.
Yusujin says goodbye.
Yep.
Yeah, so no Mage Bane. But Evil now, they have the opportunity to pick R1 and R2 right now at the same time. Heroes Harlem is currently available, but this
Let's
still
go.
live play the
Let's
CC. So CC as well as the Kalia is going to be the pick coming up here. Not going to go to any certain direction, but it is very similar to the previous game.
Yeah, the reason why CC is such a good EXP strong opener for an EXP is because immediately you deny the likes of the Valentine, not the Valentine, the Alice, right? You could just shred and bully her in the early game, and then after that move on. But now it feels like we're going back into an Alice came in from the side of Absolute Zero as almost similar to game number 1.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be too surprised if we are starting to see the kind of the same picks again. They just need a way to burst down AZ. Lancelot has already been taken away and stolen away, so that is not going to be the idea. Jungle
Payback. Your team is
oh yeah,
banned.
Farsa. Okay, Farsa have got a pretty good burst as well, so that can also be an answer for Fate Cutie. Oh, sorry, a good answer for Vendetta as the Alice.
Yeah, and you've seen it use to great success, right? Kalia, Farsa, wombo combo, Tsunami Slam right into the Feather Ash, right? It's just
Your
an
team is
amazing
banned.
wombo combo. And Sailor, if you watch his past games, he's not really he's very generous in giving you the Feather Ash, right? And whenever it's available, he just use it. Even if it's just to use it to shoot once, he will just use it and then fly away because of the short cooldowns.
Yeah, and it's also a very good zoning tool. So we're gonna have to remember about the
Your
utility
team is
that
banning.
such a high ground spell can actually bring to the team.
Right now, bans on by the side of Team Evil takes away the God of Kancha, the Hayabusa
Welcome
gets
to
taken away by the side of
Castle
Absolute
Time,
Zero Rock.
friend.
Following suit by the side of Team Evil. Yeah, just eliminating as much of those annoying CCs as possible, right? But looking for the side of Absolute Zero, yes, they do have decent amount of CCs, but Traction Pulse, nowadays I feel like you don't
Magic
see
is
Traction
my
Pulse
life.
really being
Your
landed.
team is
It's
picking.
mostly there to just like, zone people away right into your trap.
So, two last picks from Evil. They're lacking of a gold laner, they're lacking of a jungler. They have a single burst capability coming in from the Farsa. It would be great if they will have one more burster to really deal with that Alice. Joy is still available. They can still go for the Joy, to be fairly honest.
Not a big fan of the Joy in this particular matchup, especially when you go against Absolute Zero.
Lancelot?
You got a Lancelot that got iframes, right? So you easily jump
What
out.
time
And
is
after
it?
that,
It's on
Okay, it's still gonna be Joy.
all right, why not?
They need to find a way to get that burst potential in. So I can totally understand that. Now it leaves them to a gold laner, which they are gonna hold that thought and just wait and take a look at who is going to be the matchup in order to make a good decision.
Well, technically speaking, right now, Absolute Zero, I feel like Badang looks really good, in my opinion. You really need some form of way to basically have the hard lockdown, because if you can't if you can't stop the Joy from running around, you can't stop the come and fly around. Yeah, it's gonna be spell a lot of doom. But here we go. Hylos once again secured by the side of Absolute Zero. Same like game number 1.
Experience the euphony of suffering.
Oh, I heard the Bane.
Yeah, I was confused as well.
See, he was hovering on the Bane. He was hovering on the Bane, and then just decided, you know what? and
Last
just,
minute Granger pick.
yeah.
But Bane pick, if Absolute Zero locks in the Bane pick, that would be a little bit too much magic.
Honestly,
damage.
Irithel.
Yeah.
Honestly. If they
Or
want
carry.
burst, that is something that they can come. Unless they want, they need the shred.
Let's go.
Okay, there we go. Irithel.
Alright, you're right. Alright, at the very least, Irithel is able to, reposition and kite the Hylos and also the Alice around. And not only just that, deals considerable amount of burst in the early game against the Granger, can sidestep the Rhapsody while landing damage as well, is also able to do some lane bully. However, if you take a look at Team Evil's side of the roster, this is a very squishy team.
It is. They are playing around great amount of burst. They really want to ensure that they are able to execute kills even after Gear has managed to whittle the opponents down with CC, right? So actually CC plays a very important part to be the overall bruiser. So all in all, we have a bruiser in the name of CC. We also do have the Kalir that can come in for the catch. If whether that they have enough time to actually go for these kills is gonna be my #1 concern. During that animation time, can you kill them fast enough?
But Giant Crossbow does a lot of collateral damage in the, towards the later parts of the game.
All troops deployed.
Also, super painful, especially when the Irithel comes online. A lot more expensive to build as compared to the Granger.
That is a beautiful Lancelot skin, by
Yeah.
the way. But anyways, with that all said and done, ladies and gentlemen, we are going in.
by that one.
Alright.
Both of us.
I hope that we'll get a zoom-in version
And
of
he has
that
a
real
tail.
soon. Yeah, this is like not a 9-tail. There's a single-tail fox or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought it was a version of Naruto skin. Now I got confused. Wait, isn't that Lucas?
Honestly, looks a little bit more Inuyasha-ish to me.
True. Wow, you just revealed your age as well.
Shut up. But yeah, both of the jungles, they're going to end up at opposite side of the map. Evil will go up to the gold lane, and Absolute Zero's jungler will go down to the XP lane. In terms of lane priority, same thing as always. CC will always have a lead over the Alice, and for the top lane, gold lane,
Wow.
Evil will also have the lead against that Granger.
Wow, Gear's already level 3, whereas Vendetta barely scrapes by with level 2. This early on, how is that possible?
Just very dominating in terms of the performance, right? I think he just constantly just went straight in. His style of play is different. He don't want to clear the wave. He just wants to poke this Alice to oblivion. Because the way that Alice wants to heal is that wants to go right next to the creep waves, right? So just poke you to death and poke you to so low that you wouldn't even want to go close to the creep waves. So you can't wave clear effectively, and you can't heal effectively too.
Right. Turtle will be spawning very quickly. It seems like Powerful catches onto Gucci, Gucci jumping over the wall. Law and Order onto Powerful to stop. Powerful limps a little bit forward, and well, backward, mind you, but Aether decides to explore the map just a little bit more. Finds Fake Cutie, pops the... Ooh. takes away the purple right underneath Fake Cutie noses.
Oh, Aether managed to win in that fight.
Use a retry, no, but
Both of them used their retry.
forces the retry out of Fake Cutie.
Both of them used it, so let's remember that, okay? The turtles are already out, so both of these junglers have about 15 seconds left until they will be able to use the retribution once again. So both teams, they're going to hold their ground a little bit and bide their time until the retribution is off cooldown before they jump right back in.
Yeah, delaying this turtle fight is absolutely wonderful for both these two teams just a little bit, but hold on a second for the airstrike once again. Right into the Tsunami Slam, Aether picking up first blood over the side of Fake Cutie, and also the turtle as a consolation prize. Nomad used the Glorious Pathway to run away. Not so glorious after all, and now Bucci trying to land down the damage. Vendetta goes into ultimate, trying to zone out, trying to absorb as much HP bars, but the damage from the side of Team Evil comes true.
Team Evil is very widespread. They have a very good marching order in their team, and I am very pleasantly surprised how they do not all clump up within of Vendetta's passive. Is very methodical, right?
Yep.
Front lines all the way inside. You have Aether, Gear is just a slight tad bit away. Sayla is far, and Powerful is just wherever he wants.
Just look at how Sayla sets up this no man's land, right? Rescuing Ven from impending doom.
I think this is more about a mobility game, isn't it? Gear has mobility, Aether has mobility, Sayla has mobility, literally everyone has mobility.
Yep,
Even Ven can kite well.
Yeah, Aether is just literally running down Nomad right there. Gucci goes into traction, Powerful will be able to catch onto Aether as well. Tsunami Slam for the side of Powerful will be using on
Aether,
trying to make a play. Not good enough as Aether picks up a killing spree. Gear goes for the backside onto Muji, takes him down.
Oh, outplayed Fate Cutie. Oh man, we thought that Phantom Execution would have been the death of Aether, but he just narrowly managed to escape by a hair.
Yeah, Aether outplayed the outplayer.
And the yes.
My brain hurts to say that.
I know. I took some time to actually understood that.
Yeah, literally, right? This is a very different Joy as compared to game number 1, right? This Joy was able to snowball hard as compared to game number 1, and it started with like the first blood, and after that it's just game over, right? And I thought, you know, Joy was a very bad pick, but look at Fake Cutie as a Lancelot, he's actually struggling.
Yep, he was given the opportunity to just go ham like that. Being able to steal the buff away from Fate Cutie definitely plays a very big part in the way that they lead the game. It's currently level 9 for Aether and level 7 for Fate Cutie. So in terms of objective fights, Absolute Zero is absolutely out.
Yeah, right now, I think the only way that Absolute Zero can come back into this one is just to rely on Salus, right? Nomad right here is constantly getting busted down very quickly by Team Evil. Yes, he's a tank, mind you. And don't forget, you also got Ven. Technically speaking, does require a lot more gold as compared to Salus. But Salus right here is still holding on for just a little bit more. But as the time goes by, Ven is definitely going to get even more stronger and more powerful.
Slowly but surely, Evil will start to take away the reins of the back control of AZ. It will dwindle down the amount of safe zones off of the map as much as possible. First to the top lane, then the bottom lane, and eventually they will head their way over to the middle lane and once again leave AZ in that very ruthless 5v5 game that Evil love so much.
Yep, Powerful will be able to jump away, but once again, Aether just creating so much space down the bottom. Fair the airstrike from the side of Sayla. Punches Sayla down to the ground just a little bit more. Powerful down low. Phantom Execution will not be able to tag him.
Gear doesn't even care about some of these pot shots at this point anymore.
Yeah, and look at Aether just leading the charge down bot, right? Like literally, right? Absolute Zero is too busy dealing with Team Evil.
Yep, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Clear off the side wave and then force AZ to defend the middle lane because that is the only T1 turret that is left. And T1 turret, super valuable. They want to throw bodies for it.
Vendetta's ultimate catches onto Gear, but that's one big ultimate that's already used already. Nomad's getting shredded by Gear like it's nobody's business. And that's the power of the CC, right? And I think Absolute Zero picking a hideout right into the CC again is a really bad idea.
And not only that, you can definitely realize that Vendetta is having a really tough time because of the way that this is drafted. They have mobility, they have burst, and they also have a wave. red. So ultimately, Vendetta always finds himself in a very difficult spot. Like, does he want to prioritize a big chunk of players, or does he want to prioritize putting himself right underneath their target opponent?
Lingering around. Zealous finally built the Sky Piercer. Hopefully we'll be able to turn it around. Fake Cutie. Oh man. Even his jungle is not really safe anymore as the Tsunami Slam will be used. Here, leading charging around the mid at the same time. Two-prong attack from the side of Team Evil. The Traction Pulse will be able to catch onto it. Sailor goes into Feather Airstrike, covers as much ground as possible, but it's going to be bad. Picking up Bougie off the screen. Vendetta down low just a little bit more. Ben jumps into the Great Crossbow, just spewing out damage against Absolute Zero.
And it's only 8 minutes into this game. Evil has already gotten 5,400 gold in advantage and growing even more, especially since taking down this T1 turret.
Yeah. The tempo, the momentum, insurmountable by the side Team Evil against Absolute Zero.
Holy Crystal.
Oh, that's a scary item.
Exponentially increased amount of burst damage that Evil can bring in onto the board.
Yeah, 185 magic power. On top of that, your passive increase 25% magic power that you have. I'm sorry, I'm freaking out.
Yeah, I don't really understand the statistics. You're the statistic guy.
Yeah.
Very Asian of you.
I made my mom proud.
Yeah. Did you?
I think I did.
You think?
I never asked.
Tell me about your brother.
Well, he's probably going to make more money than me. He's becoming a doctor, and here I am.
No doctor, no games.
Anyways,
There's always fun in games.
oh, okay.
Okay, we're back. We're back.
Yeah.
We're good. We're good.
I think the stream also like. I feel sorry for you, James. Nothing happening around the map right there.
Yeah.
Absolute Zero cannot fight for anything, right?
Yeah.
Because the broken walls actually allow Joy to just dash in very easily because you're literally
Yeah, like walls are thinned out as well.
Sailor burn the flicker as well.
To be fair, it is necessary because the Lord is available right now. Defensive flicker is always going to be much more valuable than an offensive flicker.
Yep. It seems like right now there's no contest on the side. Absolute Zero.
Has been destroyed.
But it's okay.
Product placement.
We do. We do have got another viewport that we can look at, and that is the point where Evil just gonna be running right down after taking that Lord. The Lord will be marching in from the top lane with the shortest path over to the core.
Wow.
With the Feathered Airstrike, exactly what you're talking about, right? Sailor, whenever he has the opportunity, he would just pop off with that Feathered Airstrike, even if it means that no one's in the vicinity. It's all about the zoning potential.
And not just that, right? Sailor's Feather Airstrike has an art, right? He's able to hit like multiple angles at the same time. Earlier just now, if you notice, at the fight down at the bottom lane, hold on a second, a bit of a team fight happening right here. Here comes the Holy Glorious Pathway as well. At the very least, Ethan will be able to pick out the main damage dealer from the side of Absolute Zero. Focus on not enough damage dealers. As a member of Absolute Zero, not too sure whether they should team fight or whether they should defend.
The Lord now crashes on down as he brings in the spiraling Trident to bring down the top lane D3.
Tractor Ben right now, Ben looking for some for the damage. Bougie bruised a little bit, has to run away. Absolute Zero dealt with the Lord, but can they deal with more damage coming out from the side of Team Evil?
Massive amount of value that managed to got for themselves with just the very first Lord of the game. Naturally, when it comes to the first Lord, all you really wanted is the outer turrets to keep yourself on in check in terms of the draft, right? Whether you are working correctly in and playing according to curve. But right now, Evil way off the curve. They are doing so much better than average games. They have got 10,000 gold to their name at 11 minutes into the game.
Yep.
Took down the T3 turret in the top. This is going to be big because there is a Lord that is going to be spawning down in the bottom lane. That means on the opposite side, the furthest lane away from the Lord, that is a natural pushing lane, which means that's a naturally winning Lord fight.
I don't think Absolute Zero would want to try to contest this one. Man, these all... Oh, where are we?
Yeah, they can't contest with this banner for sure.
Man, these OBs are really Finding creative angles, eh?
I want to see more Gamabuta. If that's his name, I completely forgot it, whether
I think that's, yeah, it's Gamabuta.
Yeah, Gamabuta, right?
Yeah, it is. But yeah, back to our topic right here. I like the fact that they put the both of us together where we get distracted by the smallest of details.
Every single part of the map is something that we're gonna have to. Oh, what? Huh?
What damage?
2 dash? Huh?
Huh? Yeah, what damage? That was what? Salas down 2/4 HP?
Yeah, so he's left like 1/3. No, 2/3. He lost like 2/3.
2/4, that's half. Yeah, 3/4.
Man.
I can't math.
Where's my calculator?
Where's my scientific calculator? Yeah,
Really basic.
Red team has slain
I don't use a lot of the buttons there.
yeah, I just use the mostly the bottom parts.
Yeah, I know, right? But now the Lord is gonna be marching out, marching down from the top lane. Aether, completely stacked up. 4 kills, 0 death, 1 assist. In fact, no one died from Evil.
Yeah,
wow.
I just realized absolute 0 kills.
And Absolute Zero does not.
Yeah.
This is a very different game.
Yeah, this is a very different beast, right? Team
Yeah.
Evil literally looking like the villain right here, and they're looking to try to end this one. They're really charging against Team Absolute Zero, even without the Lord, and now with the Lord grazing the base of the side of Absolute Zero. Team Evil is strategically just dismantling the defensive turrets.
The Lord now finds himself dead, but the fight unfolds.
So the air strike once again. The members on the side, Absolute Zero, a bit slow for the party as well. Bougie and also Nomad immediately gave their life away in the base defense. Fake Cutie looking to go for the same at the same time as Van. Go ring around the roses, braving the cause damage with the giant crossbow. They take Absolute Zero down in a 2-0 sweep.
The first 2-0 of the day. What a way to close out
the day.
at the end of the day.
Oh dear.
Van. This guy, you gotta look out for Van, guys.
Yeah.
He knows his power spike so well.
Right, that we have in MPL
There we
Singapore.
go.
But it seems like we're gonna have to add one more count of MVP over the side of Van. 3-0-6 output and damage, Berserker Spree. But let's talk about the problem of the Alice, right? In match 1 earlier just now in day 3.
Do they have burst? The opponent.
No. So Alice was banned by Team Flash.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Then after that, game 2, they leaked the Alice out. Ignite Gaming took it, and Ignite Gaming won with it.
Okay.
Game 3, Alice was immediately banned. It seems like even Team Flash is unable to figure out or
really have an
adapt
answer.
quick enough.
Yeah, so Evil might just be the one that knows how, but given the games that has happened today, I would like to see if whether tomorrow we are gonna see any differences, and if whether Alice is just gonna be dropping in terms of priority because of the resurgence of bursty heroes back in again. And it's not that difficult to access bursty heroes because you have a Farsa and you have a Joy that is very dominant in the current meta.
Yeah, I think Alice's weaknesses is, apart from burstiness, there's also, technically speaking, like the Eve that literally could just burn the Alice down. If you want to have DPS, you need to have constant DPS. Something like Kimmy's, something like the Eve to a certain extent, where she's desperately slowed down, unable to, land the passive onto as much people as possible, and then after that, it's just over for the Alice because the Alice is unable to heal.
Ultimately, looking at the itemizations, it's pretty fair to say that AZ will have not much play or not much items to really work with. With only Fit Cutie and Salas having a decent amount of items to them. One thing that I would say is surprising is the Sky Piercer onto Salas. I mean, yes, Granger, Sky Piercer, it's always great. But if they are so behind in the game for quite some time already, I think that what Salas and Team Absolute Zero is looking out for is that they want to observe that mid-game power spike because they have Fate Cutie, they have Bougie, and Salas himself can actually pop off pretty strong in the mid-game. As long as it's being funneled at least, 4 kills, that is the value of Sky Piercer already being acknowledged.
I personally feel like as a Granger, you really do need the Sky Piercer because I've seen, like what I mentioned a lot of times before, right? I've seen teams literally hung onto the Sky Piercer as long as possible, and then when they're in the base defense, when they're at the late game, once the Granger starts racking up kills and start proccing these kills over and over again, he's just going to be able to stack the Sky Piercer and then after that just return to the game solely because of the ability that he held onto the Sky Piercer as long as possible.
Right, so it's kind of a wildcard item that can kind of see personal growth as the game progresses towards their favor in that case. I can totally understand how that will work, right? Because AZ, they're a team that actually does fare pretty well in team fights. But in this game, Evil just did not want to give any opportunity for AZ to pick up some of these free kills. In fact, I think that Evil, this game is a lot more methodical. And their positioning and movements is just impeccable here.
And, you know, we're going to jump into the highlights.